development, African development, infrastructure development, and how they turn it down. The old players in the game with their slick game ain't got no game. America, y'all need to learn something. Learn how to deal with people. Trying to force nations to come up under us is not how you do business. That's crazy. We don't have no. It's crazy. Check Africa out. I think it speaks for itself. And pay attention. Africa is rising for a reason. Fair use copyright.
Donald Trump has found a new enemy because South Africa, along with the European Union and China, are making moves. They want to punish America's biggest tech titans.
So we were able on our own, and we will find solutions for our problems. So stay out of our issues.
Something unprecedented just unfolded, and it's sending shockwaves through Washington. 13 African nations didn't just say no to the United States. They shut the door on Donald Trump himself. Lavish aid packages, military alliances, and exclusive trade deals were all offered. And one by one, these countries walked away, Robert. Why?
Smart.
Because behind the glossy promises were demands that cut deep-cut ties with China, hand over strategic resources, and toe the line on American foreign policy. What Trump framed as Partnership Africa saw as pressure a new face for old imperialism. Launched in early 2025, Trump's campaign to reassert U.S. influence on the continent was meant to be a comeback. Instead, it became a standoff. From Ghana to Egypt, Africa responded with clarity. We don't trade sovereignty for favors. This isn't just diplomatic friction, it's a turning point. The old playbook of control through aid and coercion is breaking down. In its place, a new narrative is rising, one where African nations chart their own course. In this video, we're unpacking every move. 13 countries, 13 rejections. One global message: Africa is choosing independence over interference. Stick around, hit that like button, and subscribe to Huge Battle, where we expose the deals they never thought you'd question. In February 2025, Uganda was offered a $450 million U.S. tech package to modernize its digital infrastructure. Behind the glossy pitch were alarming conditions. U.S. firms like Palantir and Raytheon would control Uganda's national data centers for 15 years, gain unrestricted access to mobile and internet data, and demand the removal of Huawei and ZTE providers of over 65% of Uganda's telecom backbone. President Yoweri Museveni publicly rejected the offer on February 14th, declaring our sovereignty is not negotiable, not for cables, not for code. His words ignited national protests. Over 38,000 people marched in cities like Kampala and Jinja under banners reading "Our Data, Our Nation." Instead of folding, Uganda doubled down. Just 10 days later, it signed a $1.1 billion 5G expansion deal with Huawei and ratified the African Union's Continental Data Sovereignty Charter. The U.S. retaliated by freezing $62 million in aid and withdrawing tech advisors, but the damage was done. A March 2025 Afrobarometer poll showed 75.4% of Ugandans supported the rejection, and 81% demanded data sovereignty. Uganda's digital economy, worth $2.3 billion in 2024, is projected to double by 2030, making foreign control a dangerous. Museveni summed it up. Our nation was never colonized by code, and it never will be. Uganda's future will not be downloaded from someone else's server. Africa's digital freedom is no longer optional, it's essential. In January 2025, the Trump administration offered Morocco a $1.2 billion aid package, including defense technology, satellite infrastructure, and trade concessions. But the cost: Morocco would be required to fully normalize relations with Israel, open an embassy in Rabat, and publicly support the U.S. recognition of Jerusalem as Israel's capital. King Mohammed VI responded with a rare national address. Morocco's principles are not for sale. We will not trade dignity for dollars. Swift. Massive protests broke out in Casablanca, Rabat, and Marrakesh, with over 120,000 demonstrators flooding the streets under banners reading "Palestine First" and "Jerusalem is not for sale." The U.S. pushed back by halting a proposed $400 million arms deal and suspending diplomatic visits. But Morocco did not waver. Days later, the government signed new defense and tech agreements with Turkey and Qatar and reaffirmed its commitment to the Arab League's stance on Palestine. Polling from Maghreb Research Group in February 2025 revealed that 87% of Moroccans opposed normalization tied to foreign pressure, and 91% supported King Mohammed VI's rejection of the U.S. plan. With deep cultural and religious ties to Palestine, Morocco made it clear no foreign aid can erase history or identity. We do not accept coercion, the king said. For Washington, it was a diplomatic defeat. For Morocco, it was a stand for sovereignty and solidarity. Nigeria turned down a multi-billion-dollar USS proposal that would have restructured its oil industry.
Now that's what I'm talking about, Nigeria. It ain't nothing perfect. Now I pray y'all, as you turn around others and starting these projects, I pray y'all get the people invested and involved. Because your people will take care of the nation. All you gotta do is open the door of opportunity. I don't know why America don't do it. We always got our ass in somebody else's nation. What makes you think they want to do business with you? That's what I was saying at the beginning of the video. You don't do good business with us. What the fuck? They don't want to do no business with you. Empower your people first. Then your people will empower the nation. You ain't got to sell the nation's sovereignty or sell the nation's ability to get it to no one group of them people ain't got no game. They may have money, but that don't mean shit if you can't get nothing done. The people ain't with you. You need the people. You know what you gonna do? Go drop bombs? Like what the fuck? That's the end. Y'all done sold everybody bombs. What the hell? Make it make sense, man. Y'all don't know how to do business with people. That's the problem. It's time for people to learn how to do business in the right way. Y'all talk about law and this, but there's one you fail to recognize, and that's God's law that's at work. That's what I see Troy Ray working under. They ain't working from no world systems or world governments. They're working for out of love, the love that they have for country and man. That comes from the kingdom of heaven, the eternal. That's an eternal law. You know what I'm saying? That's a natural law, God's law. The earth recognized that, and you see how it's moving the people to protect their leaders, to stand with their leaders. I love that. Africa needs that. It doesn't need no outside interference in what it's building. Once it builds itself, then it'll put itself in position, itself and its people, then it puts itself in position to stand strong and do business from a position of strength. We don't do business from a position of weakness. Then you get an enemy, you give others, I ain't gonna say the enemy, you give others the idea that they can, you get others the idea that they can just pop up and, I'm glad Africa is not with that. Whatever y'all need done, do it yourself. It's nothing personal towards nobody else, but your power is in yourself and your people. From you to your people. You don't need nobody else to dictate that for you. You know this. Now to see you standing on it, I see Troy Ray rubbing off on all because them leaders, they were just denying him. What's that, ECOWAS? That's connecting those other African countries like Nigeria and South Africa. But South Africa, we know they are BRICS. But I guess certain parts weren't. Well, I could be wrong. Well, Kenya, they sure did a 360. All praise to the Most High. That's what's happening. But still, you don't need nobody to control nothing. Develop while you're developing and creating infrastructure and developing it through your people. That's what's going to empower your nation. That's how you can create your tax bracket so the people can take care of the politicians. You don't need no special interest groups or no, hell no, get rid of all that. You don't need that. Because they don't do nothing but come in and try and control you and fuck up shit. That's all they doing is messing up shit. That old way of thinking is done. You got to lead with your mind, but you got to have a love for people. I don't know what the hell these so-called, y'all need to stop listening to whoever giving you that playbook, which we know is controlled by special interests. You can't be as heartless as you are and not care for the people, and the people put you in, invested in you. What the fuck? They didn't invest in you to take orders from somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Hell no, you take orders from the people, and the people gonna empower you. They gonna put that money up to empower you. I always had a issue with black folk. Like y'all want to participate in politics, but you don't know how to play the game. They telling you every day, special interest group this, special interest group that, and you talking about if we vote, they gonna do this. They not gonna do shit for you. We don't want they crumbs. I don't have nothing against the elders, but you accept it. I'm making my own way because the Most High said I could. I believe him over man any day. You better get your ducks in order. It's a new day out here.
Trump administration's offer included advanced energy technology and new trade incentives. But in return, Nigeria would be required to hand over majority control.
And that's crazy. You would think, okay, these are your leaders. They see they can't connect with Africa. Africa is not doing business like that no more. But then you have just as Africa is awakening to who they are biblically, you have us. And we looking towards the greater. You know what I'm saying? We're not investing in no world politics and all that because that shit gonna let you down. Now, if I do participate in any of that, I'm coming like Joseph, you know what I'm saying, or like Daniel. I'm coming with godly principles. I'm not coming to surrender my values or integrity to what you got going on. Hell no, we're gonna strengthen you. It's a war. It's a spiritual war. You want to do business? This is how you do business, the right way. There's a law that's set in eternity. And if we abide by it, we will be successful and prosperous. All this shit about these think tanks, we got these thinkers who say this, they project if we do this or do that. Family, those are projections. That shit ain't materialized. So just as well on the flip side, me getting up, going out here every day with this knowledge that I got, imagine a million more of us. We move something. Power comes from the grassroots, not from up there. They make decisions, but if you allow them to rule over you with them decisions, that's when it becomes your idol. Hell no. I follow the Most High. I can't surrender that to no man. I love you, Africa. Keep setting the example. That's what the people of Africa and African descent in the diaspora need to see. Even though we come from different tribes, we all come from there. We have an infinite connection. When y'all doing what y'all doing, America love that shit. I pray for y'all. I'm proud of y'all. And any of the white people I'm not with that. Get that shit out of here. I seen a sister over there on TikTok. I don't know, she European, but she got a heart and love for black people. And she dwells and live with our people. She understands, you know what I'm saying, the heart of the people, not through no fucking politics. And I'm just listening to her. I'm like, okay. And they supporting that. She knowing all the infrastructure being built. But here you got a so-called general getting up here talking about a president of a sovereign nation is using their resources to do God knows what. Which he lying? I don't know where they get their fucking information, them senators or whoever. Where y'all getting y'all information from? Or the representatives. Where y'all getting this information from? People lying to try and force others to no, okay, if I'm doing bad, then I'm doing bad. That's between me and God. I don't need your advice on nothing. Keep it a real, keep it a buck. I'm gonna keep it real with you because the direction you're going, America, you're gonna lose. Europe is losing. Africa will never open its doors for you like that. You need to connect with their people that's here in your lands. That's how you win Africa over. All that jumping past us to think you're gonna get them, that shit is old. It's a new day. We know who we are. We know the power we got. And people like me been waiting on them to awaken. You know what I'm saying? I never wanted to be up under none of that. Never. Yeah, we live over here, but don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? We know how to go out there and make $1 out of 15 cents. Minus the system. Yeah, we pay our taxes everywhere we go and the things we do, but that's their system. But now that you have an Africa coming to light, family, I will be investing in Africa. I need a return on my money that's guaranteed, and they got the goods. Support your brothers and sisters. It's a new attitude, and it's gonna take us, not just them, us. We reverberate that same strategy over here. You know, I ain't got nothing against the elders. I love them. But if you're going along with that political agenda, you stay with them. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna receive the rewards of that. I'm gonna do what the Most High said and follow like-minded people with a heart and love for one another. You know what I'm saying? And we gonna build. And what we build is gonna stand a test of time. Cause it's built on love. It ain't built on no bullshit. When the paper start running, then what we got? We panicking. We wondering. Then we locked in with this contract. God said don't make no contracts like that. You know what I'm saying? No. How are you to be fruitful and multiply if others ruling over you? It clearly tells you in Deuteronomy 28, you will become the borrower, and there will be a lender. Well, we woke now. We've been redeemed. So we don't have to go that path. You free now. Check Africa out. I love it. Share this.
Of its national
Real talk. Share this. We don't want to hear about
that proposal triggered
confused politicians all day that don't know how to make the deal. You know what I'm saying? They're stuck in a mindset that's dead. It's time to revive. They need to get some of this truth while they talking about people talking about the truth. Who the hell want to be asleep? I want to know the truth so I can make real sound decisions that's gonna help not just me but others. You a servant of the Most High. That's all y'all think about is yourself. People ain't going along with that shit. Then if they don't go along, you talking about military action and you withholding. If it was aid, why the fuck is you withholding it? Let it go through. No, they see your intentions and that's bad. You don't know how to make the deal. Y'all are faced with shit, but y'all time that came and went. You can still win if you know how to unify with your people that's here that can reach out. Africa see y'all doing business with their people and the descendants of their people over here in the right way. What you think they gonna do? They gonna open the doors. Ain't no more just open the doors because you got money. They got money. They got the resources that's empowering you to get the money. Get the hell out of here. Fuck y'all think we dumb? Wake up.
Nigeria, Africa's most populous nation and its largest oil producer, generates over 90% of its earnings from petroleum. Surrendering control of that lifeline was seen as economic suicide.
No.
Editorials across Nigerian media branded the deal as modern colonization in disguise. Politicians from both ruling and opposition parties denounced the offer, and in a rare moment of unity, the country's National Assembly issued a unanimous resolution rejecting any foreign ownership of core national resources. The president responded with a televised address declaring, "We are not for sale, not our oil, not our future." The fallout was seismic. The U.S. threatened sanctions, but Nigeria responded by accelerating new energy partnerships. Within weeks, the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation signed a $2.4 billion joint venture with a Chinese firm and entered a trade agreement with Brazil on refined oil products. Polls showed 81% of Nigerians supported the government's decision. Rather than bow to pressure, Nigeria set an example for the continent's sovereignty and self-reliance.
We watching you,
incentives, no matter who.
Better not be over there.
Drop your thoughts in the comments below.
You can cut their ass off. We know how to do business.
In 2025,
they'll
South
get it.
Africa shocked
That ain't the only way we can get things done. That means it's time for a regime change. Get their ass out of here. Put somebody in there to know how to do business.
Washington
Get the job
South
done.
Africa leave its strategic alliance with Brazil, Russia, India, and China, a partnership that has defined.
See, that's why they not fucking with y'all. That's why you're a power that's powerless. It's powerless. You don't have the power you think you have. You don't know how to move the people. You don't know how to get the people involved. And they know it's not sincere. That's why they doing what they do. You want to attach conditions to shit like, who does that? We doing business, we're going to do business in a forthcoming manner with respect to each party, but I don't need you dictating shit to me. You know what I'm saying? Let my heart dictate the pace. If it's righteous, I'm going to be guided in love. And I'm going to treat you like, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to treat you better than I treat myself. That's love. If I don't see that, I'm going to cut your ass off. And all those ultimatums, fuck out of here. This ain't no mafia movie, man. It's real life. The fuck?
And the country's global diplomacy for over a decade.
That shit
The
old.
response from Pretoria was swift and unapologetic.
Need some fresh new
President Cyril
politicians
Ramaphosa
that know how to
stated firmly,
that's
We are not
no
pawns
that's
on anyone's
thinkers,
chess.
movers and
The
shakers.
proposal was seen as an attempt to fracture South-South cooperation and isolate China and Russia. In return for exit, South Africa would have received expanded
it's
access
beautiful.
to U.S. military systems, preferential
You need no
trade,
damn
in manufactured
no
goods,
military.
$3 billion in agricultural exports. But the
Why do Africa need military training or anything? They know how to fight. If they wanted a military system, if others stopped with all the goddamn creating bombs and talking about they godly people, which we know they not. If others stop that shit, the world won't need all that. To my world security for what? Don't nobody mess with nobody but y'all. Y'all need the damn security. You like a pariah. We see through that shit. Y'all better wake y'all ass up.
political cost was too high. Protests erupted in Cape Town and Johannesburg, where youth groups and political activists marched. Their banners reading "Hands off BRICS" and "No to economic blackmail."
Duh.
Parliament responded by fast-tracking legislation to deepen cooperation with BRICS
You
nations,
see what they
including
doing?
a new $1.8
While you
billion
playing
tech
games, you
and
fucking
energy
up the
investment
deal.
deal with China and a logistics
These-
corridor project with Russia.
These people don't know how to make the deal. We need some fresh new politicians in there with a heart for the people, not a heart for a fucking corporation. You doing political business. Yes, you're gonna open the doors, but that should come from me and the African doing business, growing mutual respect for one another. I don't need my politician to go out there and promote none of that. We know you got people. Okay, let's see what Africa got to offer. Let's do business. Do business with them straight up. Stop with the bullshit.
Within weeks, the U.S. retaliated with increased tariffs on South African steel and citrus.
Africa don't need your
Yet
steel.
public support for the government's position
The fuck?
soared. A March 2025 poll revealed that 76% of South Africans
You hear that?
supported remaining in the
That
BRICS
hard.
alliance over accepting
Like
US
and share the
incentives.
video, family.
South
Like and
Africa's
get a
message was
thumbs up
clear.
if you like the
Alliances
information
are
that's
built
coming
on
out.
mutual respect,
This info-
not coercion.
If this information you can use that's fruitful, you could be stuck somewhere and not understanding. Yeah, America may be going down, but Africa is rising. You could do business worldwide. Real talk, family. We already use their products. They just middleman it. We don't need no damn middleman. You know some Africans that's walking around you now. Let them know. If they don't know, let them know and find out who knows and start doing business. It's just that simple. They'll love to do business with you. I see Burkina Faso. They opened the door for it. I had a Nigerian brother told me years ago, hey man, the one that taught me we were the Hebrew Israelites. And I can prove it by the book alone. But now with so many external books that's talking about it, we know for sure. But Brother Ben told me, man, you got a place over here in Nigeria. That was over 10 years ago. You come home. Come home. I told my people that they looking at me crazy. Go where? It makes sense now, don't it? You see why now? The Most High is awakening his people. We knew this a long time ago because of prophecy. Y'all don't, but y'all say you love God and you trust the word, you believe Christ, but you don't. It's on, you do that one day of a week on a Sunday if they can catch you. Like, really? Y'all better wake up. This is real. Hebrewisms of West Africa. We different. Pay attention.
In 2025, Kenya stunned Washington by rejecting a $3 billion U.S. development package that
They don't
promised
need that.
sweeping infrastructure improvements. But behind the glossy figures were deeply controversial conditions the Trump administration demanded. Control over major national infrastructure, including ports, highways, highways, and railways, by handing operations over to U.S. private contractors. Even more
That's
alarming,
what
the
we
agreement
lost.
included provisions giving U.S. courts jurisdiction over all economic disputes, overriding Kenyan authority. The backlash was
wow.
immediate. Kenyan opposition
Omerta.
leader Raila Odinga condemned the deal as economic occupation
yeah.
in disguise and civil war.
Yes, sir.
Society
I was
groups
talking about the
launched a national campaign under the slogan, "Our nation is not for sale."
Thank you,
Over
Al. I
200,000
love you.
people signed a petition within
You give me
48 hours
gishkas,
calling
what
for
that
full
man say in
transparency
that
on
move.
foreign agreements.
You
President
give me
Ruto
such
responded
gishkas.
decisively,
I know
calling a
some
press
people know what I'm
conference
talking about. You give me such gishkas. I love you, Africa. I just love Africa. I love your energy. That's the energy the diaspora or the scattered descendants need to see. Y'all just don't know what that means, but y'all about to find out. I love you, Africa. Keep doing what you're doing. You give me such knockers, you know. I love it. If you like the video and the information coming out and it can help, share these videos, family. Instead of being caught up in the confusion of powers that shouldn't be and how they all they foul ups, bleeps, and blunders, like they don't know how to make the deal because they got this, this colonial mindset. You got to come out of that colonial mindset shit. You got to update your mainframe. Them people they waiting on an opportunity to oppose that shit. And especially with us beating the drum like that, like, hell no, you better not go Africa. Hell y'all doing? Y'all need us over there to show you? With all due respect, but hell no, Africa don't need nobody to show them nothing. All they need you to do is respect them and demand that they produce what they know they can. And don't take no handouts from nobody. Demand like our parents tell us. You know you could do A, B, C, and D. Now, I ain't going along with working for people and all that shit. But you can start your own business. I ain't being nobody's servant when I can serve me and my household with a level of integrity and love for one another. Y'all miss that part. People need that. People don't even finna just be giving you their damn money and you don't give a shit about us. Hell no. That's over. And Africa ain't finna give America no parts or in on no contracts if they don't respect Africa. What the hell? Respect them like business. Period. You don't go in there trying to control shit. You gonna rouse the lion up to bite your ass. Like and share the video, family. Like and share the video. Let's get more people on one accord with the same mind. Because just as Africa is getting what they got, we're gonna get what we got coming. And this message, like I said, we've been pushing and trying to reverberate around the world. We've been waiting for Africa to stand the hell up. Boots to the ground, Africa. That's the shirt I'm finna make. Africa, I see your boots to the ground. I'm proud of you. Stand tall. Oh, they ain't ready for us.
Our institutions are not for sale.
Stand.
Our laws
They ain't ready for us. That's what I'm talking about, Africa.
Despite U.S. disappointment,
Righteousness is gonna support you.
within 2
Fuck
weeks, the
them.
country secured a
Them few people.
$2.2 billion
Don't sell out.
infrastructure loan from the African Development Bank. Simultaneously,
I
it
love
signed a digital infrastructure agreement with India and a highway modernization project with South Korea. These alternatives came without
Black
demands
man,
for
we ain't
sovereignty
playing with
concessions. According to a March
The world, the
2025
earth has
Ipsos poll,
shifted. Things have
82% of
shifted.
Kenyans supported the
And
government's
man, it's
rejection
gonna
of
hit
US
the
offer.
fan.
Kenya's choice
Now I
is
got a
strong
shirt
message.
to make. I got
Modernization
something
must
to
not
talk
come
about.
at the expense of independence.
Something we can
or
invest in and
justice.
see a
In
return in. You
2025,
dig?
Algeria decisively rejected a U.S. counterterrorism deal worth over $700 million, which included advanced surveillance tools, satellite access, and artificial intelligence-powered intelligence platforms.
Because while the West ain't doing business, the East is, and you can still make money. Get to know your people.
The catch: Algeria was expected to provide real-time intelligence on neighboring countries, Libya, Mali, and Niger, effectively turning its security services into a proxy extension of U.S. regional interests. President Abdelmajid Tebboune responded with a televised statement: "We are not your informants. The deal was deemed a
That's what I'm talking
violation of
about. They was
Algeria's
trying to get
long-standing
in.
policy of non-interference and..."
Thank you, Algeria. They was trying to get Algeria to turn a few months ago. I seen the headline. You know, a lot of people just got them old clickbait ass videos. But I'm glad to know now and see that Algeria, I think they shot down one of Burkina Faso's freaking brand new drones. Like, what the fuck? Algeria, what y'all on? But I see maybe it was a mistake. I'm looking at what's happening afterwards, and it seems I'm gonna look more into Algeria and the moves that they're making with they neighboring countries. Are they moving in love and brotherhood on one accord, or are they dissenters that we need to pay attention to and cut the fuck off? Anybody that's dissenting against the rise of Africa and this scattered diaspora, I don't care where we located, you cut their ass off. Don't support them, and then you know what I'm saying, be cheering Africa on like Africa and then talking shit about Africa. Africa don't stand up. Now Africa standing up. Everybody want to talk shit and pay no attention to it. That's why I say share this video. We promote what Africa and us, the descendants, scattered diasporas, are doing. That's what's going forward. That's what's gonna make the nations rise when you move how we move, not how they move. Move with love, because we move from a higher power. That's eternal. That's rooted in natural law. You can't shift or change it. The shift is going towards it. It's out with the old, in with the new, which is really old and original from the beginning. Hallelujah.
Military neutrality.
Read that book, Hebrew Isms of West Africa. Watch West Africa. My Nigerian brother, he told us, watch Africa, West Africa in particular. When they rise, it's time to wake up Judah and Israel. Your redemption draweth nigh. Now, to us that understand, that's awakened and know we chosen, we them people, we know that. We not asking nobody. And it's a connection in all these nations. We woke, we know. It's time to assemble like Voltron, and we're assembling, but it's getting greater. That shofar is blowing harder. Judah, wake them up.
Within hours, Algeria's intelligence directorate reportedly shredded the agreement and expelled 2 USCs, security advisors. Algeria has historically maintained one of the most autonomous intelligence services in Africa.
I
With
love
a
you,
defense
Africa.
budget of over $10 billion in 2024 and military cooperation primarily tied to Russia and China, the country has little interest in becoming an instrument of foreign powers. Public sentiment echoed the government's stance. Student unions, military veterans, and legal experts united in opposition, accusing the U.S. of attempting to compromise Algerian sovereignty. In response to the rejection, Washington suspended all surveillance cooperation and canceled a high-level diplomatic visit scheduled for March. But Algeria didn't flinch. Instead, it announced a $1 billion cybersecurity partnership with Russia and began talks with the African Union to establish a pan-African
That's what
intelligence
I'm
sharing
talking about.
framework
All
with
right,
the United
Algeria,
States.
answer the question.
Algeria neutrality isn't just
Go on,
tradition,
Algeria.
it's policy, and that's not up for sale.
That's
In one of
right.
the most politically explosive moments of 2025. In early
Make
2025,
Africa
Trump
great.
launched a
That's the
bold
shirt I'm
plan
gonna
to
make.
reassert
Now
American
that's
dominance in
going.
Africa.
That's right.
But instead of submission, the continent sent back a thunderous response.
I see
It
you,
will not be
Africa.
bought. From
Y'all
Ghana to
make
Egypt,
Africa
these
great.
countries didn't just walk away.
God
They
damn it.
exposed a deeper battle over sovereignty, dignity, and who gets to shape the future of global power.
Ooh, make
Now the
Africa
rules are
great.
changing. Stay with us because we're breaking it down country by country,
I
demand by
hear you. Now
demand,
it's time to
revealing
go.
how Africa's
I
defiance
got
could
to go,
rewrite the
y'all. I
global
gotta make a
playbook.
run.
Like,
Peace and
comment,
blessings.
and subscribe to Huge Battle because the stories they don't want you to hear are exactly the ones.
Shit, we
bring to
already
life.
know. We've been
In
telling
early
you.
2025, Ghana made international.
Yeah. And Ghana just made something like what, $3 billion deal within a few months of selling their own, controlling their gold mines and selling their own gold right now today. Not no projections. They doing it right now because they have control of the resources. So while they in real time, while they talking about what they doing is already done and being done, family. That's the truth of the matter. And that's the hope we have in us and our people and what our people are connected to. Wake up, Jacob. Wake up, Israel. These tribes are tribes on purpose. They are, and it's time to connect. It's time to connect. It's time to live, baby. I look at that, I'm like, wow, these people becoming, they about to be the next world's, they already, it's gonna come out. They gonna be monitoring and watching. But the brothers and sisters in Africa, they are about to be the next multi-billionaires and trillionaires. They already becoming millionaires and billionaires. It's a lot of them already. Let's not get it twisted. But in the advent of what you see going on, they're churning out and producing so many more, way more than what we have, and they're going to produce way more. Period. In the long run, short run and long run. You think about it, and then look at the way they coming together as one people. Now that is what's going to produce a blow to any. It don't matter who it is, colonialism or whatever. It ain't gonna stand with the people on one accord like that. Y'all know that. And our people better wake up. Now all these plantation Negroes that's up there, steady promoting that bullshit, steady talking about running into a house that's on fire that ain't gonna never work for us, no way. You need to wake your ass up too. Just like you see these African politicians waking up to get things done the right way. Forget all that long drawn out political jargon. No, do things the right way. take care of your people in your land, and it'll take care of you. There's a law set in place. Let's talk about that. Make God's law, which is the instruction for all men, great. Let's talk about that. Peace and blessings, y'all, with the love of Christ. Shalom.